What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Desperate Dan. I'm in Homestead, Florida.
Hey, Desperate Dan. Can I just call you Dan?
Well, hell, hey, yeah, you could just call me that, but it would be inappropriate because it's important. It is part of me is I'm very desperate because we're basically in a situation here where I'm doing the cold open. I'm one of Murky's minions, and there's been too many cold open hits in a row. Everyone says, let's start the show, and it works out so well, and now we're stuck in a loop, and we can't fail, and now it's not even fun anymore. So I beg you, please, don't say, let's start the show. Please, just hang up the phone on me, and don't say, let's start the show, and let's end this madness, please.
Mm-hmm. And what madness are we speaking of?
The madness that's happening right now. We're in a cold open hit loop where we've done it. It's been 8 months in a row. We haven't failed once, and it's lost its luster. We need a failure. We need somebody to hang up abruptly and say, no, I'm not saying it. So that's going to be you today. Please, please hang up on Desperate Dan. Please hang up on me. I beg you. Please don't say, let's start the show. Please.
Desperate Dan, you sound like you're coming from a certain place, brother. Explain that place where you're coming from.
So please, I beg you to just hang up. I beg you to hang up on me. Please hang up on me. Why will no one hang up? Don't say let's start the show. Please hang up.
When you say the show, explain to me what you mean by the show.
Well, it's not even a show, but it's a show now. That part's more confusing than the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm asking you to do is just hang the phone up on me.
Desperate Dan, I think you have something to say and that a lot of people need to hear. And so for me to hang up on you,
no, I already said it. I literally said what I wanted to say. Mm-hmm. I'm begging you, please hang up. I am stuck in a cold open loop, and the viewers hate it. They don't love it anymore. Please hang up. I can't hang up. You understand? It's in the contract. I'm not allowed to hang up. But I need you to. What can I say? Can I say a swear word? Will that make you hang up?
No. I don't think it's going to ever come to that.
Can you just say, let's start the show then? Can you just say, let's start the show if you're not going to hang up?
There must be some significance to that, so I will respect your honors. Let's start the show, sir.
Oh my goodness, another cold open hit. Okay, bye.
Okay, is that all you wanted to say?
Wow, wow, wow.
Forget everything that you think you know, 'cause NEAS is now a show. We got the pranks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah. No need for angst, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah. We got the pranks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah. No need for thanks, yeah, we got the pranks, yeah. Chris and the pranksters trolling on the phone. People leaving if they're at home. Clear out your brain, now forget what you know. It's NEAS, the show. It's NEAS, the show.
Hello everyone, it's me, a little Harry Potter nerd, and I'm the host for the best. I'm just kidding, everybody. Hey, it's me, Daryl Kraft, famous conservative stand-up comedian, and I'll be hosting the best ofs today. I have a lot of experience hosting, and I did tell the booker, I said I would prefer to go last, actually, after all of the clips, because I feel more comfortable in the headlining role at the end. And they said, oh, that doesn't make sense. You can't go on at the end after to introduce the show. You can't say you have to do it before. And so I decided it's not worth the fight. Last time I had this kind of fight, I had to bring out the silly string, and I gave the booker a silly string spray in the face, and he died. He died from it. So I just decided, hey, let's just go ahead and do it, and I'll just host it. And so that's what I'm doing. In the dipe is my famous line, and I understand some of my calls and some of my great clips are on this best of, as well as some other stuff also. So please do enjoy, and thanks so much for watching in the final Thanks so much for watching the season, not the final one. So today we're going to be joined, I'm very excited to be joined by a gentleman who at one point was considered to be one of the largest voices in right-wing political movements in America. At one point was, he coined the term alt-right, actually, which is remarkable to have something like that go down in history. He is, of course, Richard Spencer. Richard, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm doing well.
So you obviously have had many issues free speech-wise. Censorship has played a huge role in your life. I think back to a video that I saw where you were punched in the face, and presumably that's just for your views, you know? So that to me is a form of silence. Somebody, you know,
Sure.
to come up and blindside them and hit them and basically punch them in the face with a cheap shot, basically, because you weren't looking at the time. Was that painful physically to get hit in the face like that?
It not really painful physically.
Yeah.
I was fine. It's kind of weird. No, it didn't actually hurt that bad, but it was rather shocking and certainly discombobulating. I mean, when you get hit out of nowhere in the head, you don't know what's north and what's south and what's left and right. So,
yes, of course, yes.
That was obviously bad. I think I was just naive. Looking back on it, thinking that Antifa was a big joke.
It's pronounced
And I guess-
Antifa.
And okay.
That's crazy to me that you don't know how to. That's wild. It's
Antifa, anti-fascist.
yeah. So
You can call it
Antifa, but you
Antifa.
call it a different.
I call it
pronunciation.
Antifa.
Well, now
I'll
you do.
mispronounce their name. Hopefully, it will offend them. I had certainly had experience with them, and I had done organized conferences and events that were publicly announced.
The Unite the
and
Right rally and stuff like that. And is that where it's
I
at?
didn't organize that, but that of course came afterward. But no, I was invited to that. But I had organized conferences and so on, and it was basically they were kind of a nuisance, but they were almost more humorous than anything.
Yeah.
They would come out and at very worst they would scream at you, or they sprayed foam
Or
it was almost
milkshake. They throw a milkshake at you or something like that. Like.
never a milkshake. I think they
But
did
they do that at
for
some people. They did it at like Andy. You know, he got a milkshake
Yeah,
thrown at him,
yeah,
and
but
I think some other people did too. I saw those videos too. Those videos are pretty funny.
Right.
The video that of you getting
Hold
punched
on.
in the face.
I'm going to finish my point here. I basically thought of them as a nuisance and kind of comical. And I think 2017 was a time when things really got real. And
That was your heyday.
Sure. But what I mean is in terms of Antifa that...
Oh, you got a pronunciation right now.
Yeah. Right. Can you let me speak, please? Just
My apologies. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. It's like for the live stream purposes, it's like it's good to get a back and forth banter, and you're just a little bit dominating the conversation, is all. I want to talk a little bit more about the video and how it stood the test
you're
of time.
interviewing me, so I will dominate the conversation. That's how it goes. Otherwise, I'm not interested.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not here to learn about your views, to be frank.
Okay.
So, I felt like it was I was naive, and that things really got real, and that it was something that I had to be concerned about. But I think in terms of censorship and Antifa, I mean, those are very different things. Obviously, there's Silicon Valley and there's Antifa, which is extremely dispersed and
Sort of
kind
did the pronunciation a little bit wrong again that time. You did it. You
Right.
did it a little bit the way you did it before. Do you think that you're more or less famous now than the video of you getting punched? Like, which one of you do you think has stood the test of time? You, yourself? Because, as I mentioned, 2017, you were quite a prominent figure and quite, you seemed to like have a place on the national
But now it seems on the national stage, but now it seems like no one really cares about what you're up to. Whereas the video is still quite popular and people still do quite enjoy watching the video where you get punched. So do you think you're more or less popular than the video of you getting punched in the face?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure you can separate the meme from me. No,
I would say that
it's
that you're less popular than the video, because I think that you're here doing this thing with me, which is not a real show that I've tricked you into coming on, and you're doing this now. And at one point, you were an actual figure in the national movement. Now you're reduced to doing a fake show that somebody's pranked you into doing.
All right. Well, what a prank you've done.
Yeah.
What's
Care to
the prank?
comment? Do you care to comment on that?
Not really. I mean, what amazing prank.
But it shows sort of how gullible and desperate you are to do anything at this point in your career, that you'll just respond to a random Gmail. It's just kind of sad to show where you've fallen to. So I'm really sorry to see that, Richard. But good luck with everything in the future, my friend. And
that was really a hilarious prank. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just kind of you wasted 5 minutes of my day. Good luck, my friend.
Eric, it's a first time call out of New York. First time call out of Eric. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Jesse, good morning to you.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I attended.
No man is good. All is well.
Yeah, absolutely. But yesterday, kind of somber day for me. I attended Memorial Day parade, and it was an emotional one for me because, I recently lost my uncle, former U.S. Navy Reserve, former police officer, died in the line of duty serving our country. I wonder if you could just give him a rest in peace.
May his soul rest in peace, man.
Yeah, can you just say? I know he was a big fan of yours. Name was Officer Christopher Dorner.
Well, may Officer Christopher Dorner's soul rest in peace.
He did a lot of great work.
I really appreciate the men who sacrificed their lives for us like that, man. That's amazing.
He did make a lot of sacrifices, and I appreciate you saying that for Christopher Dorner.
And to sacrifice like that, and then see a bunch of thugs go around and destroy the country that this man, Christopher Dorner, gave his life for, is mind-blowing to me.
All right. Hey, Jesse, thank you. That means a lot coming from you.
Right on. You're welcome, buddy. I
All
mean
right,
that, too.
Take care.
I mean that, too.
Take care. Good. Have a good day.
You too, buddy. I wish you well. Amazing. This is why we can't sit back and let these race hustlers
destroy America.
Men are dying. Police officers are getting up every morning and night and wherever they go to work. Oh, Christopher Dorner was a cop killer? See, I understand. Nick James is telling me that was another troll. Christopher Dorner is a cop killer.
Let me introduce you to Daryl Kraft. And this is my first time having a guest on the show. So if I screw up, I screw up. Remember, I'm half Polish and I'm blonde. Let me just stop sharing that and bring you on here. Hi, Daryl.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on, Penny. I do appreciate it. I really was enjoying the beginning there. Look at this. We got it all figured out, eh? First off, if I can get serious for a second, and obviously it's good to be funny, and that's how I make my living. My name is Daryl Kraft, and the craft is easy for me. That's my catchphrase. It's not even a joke. It's just my catchphrase, right? I'm in a good mood today. But if I could get serious for a second, cancel culture and what's happening to comedy and what's happening to people, comedians like myself, who do edgy material that the SJWs can't handle, and like we're getting basically held out of the industry at this point because of the current state of the cancel culture and everything. And they'll give your excuses. That just means you're a conservative and you're doing edgy material that they can't handle as SJWs. And like, for example, one of the bits I'll do is like I'll say like, I did a poopy in my diaper. I did a poo-poo. I made a poopy in my diape. I did a little stinker. I did a little stinky poop. I did a little poop in my diaper. I got a little banana. Oh, I love to eat a banana. But I did a poo in my little diaper.
So why do they have a problem with that?
I did a poopy. And I say, I got a full diaper and it's so stinky.
All right. So before we continue with your little act there, can you please tell my audience what SJW is? Because I'm still trying to figure that one out.
That's a social distance warrior, basically.
Can you explain that? Pretend I'm a 2-year-old.
Oh, do you have a diaper and do a poopy in
No,
the diaper?
I was gonna say no poopy in the diaper. No. Guys, as you see, I gotta control him a little bit here.
I got my silly string out. Oh no, it's not working. It's not working. My silly string. My silly string's not working. I better check at it. Let's look at it. Oh no, I got it all over my face. It's a silly string. I did a poopy in my diaper, and I have a silly string on my face.
All right, Daryl, I'm gonna have to reel you in a little bit here. We're gonna have to reel you in.
And I can't do that bit at the Comedy Store. And I can't do that bit at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles on a Sunset Boulevard. I can't do it.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine not doing that because my old friends who are no longer my friends, I've been there.
Fuck them.
No, we're not going to use that language here. You can't use that language here.
My apologies.
That's okay.
But
you're good.
It sort of feels, Penny, a little bit like you are censoring me now, and you are telling me I cannot say the F word, and you are kind of part of cancel culture.
It's not that I'm censoring you.
You are.
That is censorship. People.
Penny, that is censorship. I go to church too. I go to church, and I actually go to my church. And can I say? And I'm sorry to say this, but I actually go to church, and my pastor's name is Pastor Fuck. That's censorship, and that's the problem, and you're part of the problem, and you're part of it. Yes, absolutely, 1000%. You're part of the problem.
No, you see,
you're telling me I can't say the F word, and all of a sudden, and why? And let me see your under your hat. Do you have a blue hairs? Are you actually a blue hair SJW yourself?
No, I
because
have to tell you.
Seems like it to me.
Am I no fun? Do I just nag all the time?
Well, no. When I was a teenager in the 80s, I actually had a mohawk that was white and purple. So, no. I wouldn't do that today, and they stole that from me, and I have real Doc Martens. But let me just say this. Rumble doesn't like those words, and Rumble will demonetize me.
Rumble is part of the problem then, because guess what? I did a poopy in my fucking diaper.
Okay, but I have
my fucking diaper is full of the poop.
All right, I'm going to reel you in a bit.
I can't say the F word. Are you serious? I can't say the F word?
No, I can't even show pictures of kids. I can't show pictures of kids.
That makes sense. That's different.
No. I'm talking about kids that, let's say I have pictures of kids from the border that are being rescued. I have to black out their faces.
But that makes sense. That's different than saying the F word.
Why?
Can I be totally honest with you? I'm high on cocaine.
No.
I take cocaine and I'm high on it. I took quite a bit of it before I did this. So
you did. I thought so. I had a feeling he was spoofing me, but that's okay because he's not who he says he is. But we got him on air.
Go ahead.
Hello. Oh, hi. Am I on the air?
Yes.
Oh, hi. I was just calling in about that story there. I'm actually, my name's Steve. I'm a law enforcement officer, so I just wanted to come out from a law enforcement officer standpoint and sort of discuss some of the issues that we have. But sorry, am I not meant to be calling in? It sounds like I'm fine.
No, that's fine. What
do you want to discuss?
Who am I? I'm speaking to the host, right?
Yes.
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 Yes. Both of us.
Oh, okay. I see both of you on the screen there. The host has got his back to the camera as well, which is a little bit like, just in my experience as law enforcement officer, I sort of prefer somebody to face me and speak to me.
Let's just, what do you want to say? We're not rearranging our camera shots now. What do you want to, where are you, law enforcement officer? What?
I mean, locally in Iowa City. I'm curious. Do you respect law enforcement? Because it sounds to me like you got an issue with police.
I got an issue with you dragging this out. Now, what do you want to say?
Dragging it out? Excuse me, sir. I'm a law enforcement officer.
I don't give a goddamn if you're
respect,
I'm not showing you. I don't know that you're a law enforcement officer.
Where are we showing disrespect to law enforcement?
Yeah.
He's yelling at me, sir. You're telling me this is not disrespectful for him to be questioning
I
whether or not
don't
I'm
know
even
that you're a law enforcement officer. I don't know who you are. Who are you?
What is the point that you're trying to make? We did the story about this guy who assaulted police officers and is facing charges. What is your comment?
Now we've got a story about somebody who's verbally assaulting a police officer, and it's this host right here who thinks he's God's gift to mankind and thinks he can talk down to a boy in blue. It's absolutely ridiculous.
What's your name? Let me find out.
My name's Steve. I already told you my name. You don't listen? Clean your ears out.
I want to know your full name.
You want me to give you my full name over the air?
Yes.
How long have you been doing this? You brand new to this?
You called the on-air line. What did you expect?
Yeah. What do you expect? No, I'm not brand new at this. What is your full name? I don't know that you're a police officer. I have no idea whether you're a police officer.
I'm telling you that. So a police officer walks up to you on the street and says, "Hey, excuse me, can I speak to you?" You say, "Well, I'm not sure that you're a police officer."
Well, here's the situation right now. You show respect to the public. A police officer should show respect to the public. No, I don't believe that you are a law enforcement officer. I believe you're a nutcase. I believe you're just a goof. That's what I believe. And unless you give me your full name, then I don't believe you're a law enforcement officer, because a law enforcement officer like you doesn't lose it like that. No, you are a goof. You're a goofball. That's what you are. You're just a goofball. Moron. You're a moron. That's what you are. You know, you're an idiot. Your family. Oh, he didn't let me get down the list. I was going to go down the list.
No police officer from this area would call it an act like that.
No, not at all.
And the story was about
check it out.
The story was no, please. Well, you're gonna anyway.
Well, I just want to know the number.
The story was about disrespecting police officers. It wasn't a story disrespecting police officers. Maybe you should get his number so we can put it. Charge him for impersonating a police officer.
Okay, so once again, what's your full name?
So sorry, you want to get me? I just heard the guy say you want to get me for impersonating a police officer.
Yeah, you're impersonating.
Well, you're not identifying yourself. You got a badge number. What's
your badge number?
Who do you work for?
Yeah, you said Iowa City. What's your badge number?
Yeah, you guys are really a couple of pieces of work.
How do you do, fellow kids? My name is Bodie Richarlison here on Conservatively Fun. Absolutely stoked to have you. What an absolute dub it is for you to show up for this show. I am joined, as always, on the ones and twos by my main man, Baby Boy.
Hey, grab the bling and Baby Boy in the house.
Thank you, Baby Boy. And we are excited to be joined by we have an absolute epic guest, my main dude showing up here for an interview. How cool is this? The dude himself, Sheriff Joe Arpujo. Sheriff Joe, thank you for coming on Conservatively Fun, my main man.
Off the chain.
Well, my mother and father came here from Italy legally. So you got to get my name pronounced right. Arpaio.
Arpaio, my apologies. I think somebody
okay.
gave me a wrong pronunciation. As I mentioned to you before, Joe, we're sort of trying to appeal to the younger people. We're younger ourselves, obviously. You know, I'm 21 years old, and so we're geared towards more of a younger audience. And we do a lot of musical stuff, and we actually have a song that is sort of incorporates your life and your sort of subject matter. I was wondering if we could share it with you just off the top.
Sure.
Do a tune?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, ready, baby boy? Hit it.
2, 3, 4.
Tent City, turn up. Watch those prisoners burn up in the hot, hot sun. That's what Daddy thinks is fun. Stop. So that's a song about the tent city that you had there, and we just sort of have been working on that for a while. So it was kind of cool to be able to do it to you. But you know, it's not all fun. Yeah, sorry, what was that, baby boy?
That was off the chain.
Yeah, agreed. It was sick. It was sick. It was absolutely wicked and badass, and it was very cool. But it's not all about fun and games. Sheriff Joe, what do you think will be your legacy in this world?
Well, probably that I
hit it.
Probably
Kickbacks and racist attacks. Kickbacks and racist attacks. Birther of a birther movement. Live life like a bowel movement. Kickbacks and racist attacks. Kickbacks and racist attacks. Okay, stop, baby boy. Sorry, that was another song that we have as well that was about you also.
Why don't you play my favorite song?
Okay, let's do. Okay, go ahead. Hit it, baby boy. Papa got a pardon. Papa got a pardon. Papa got a pardon from Big Daddy Trump. Big Daddy Trump gave Papa a little pardon. Papa a little pardon for the Big Daddy Trump. 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 Oh, 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 oh. Sheriff Joe, thank you so much for joining us on the program. It's been a wonderful time speaking to you about the issues. And, hey, good luck with everything, my friend.
Okay, stay tuned.
For what?
I got AR.
Hello, is it Jamie?
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, it's Bud.
What's up, bud?
Oh, here.
Who blowed that up?
Did someone set a claymore somewhere?
I did at the back door.
How come you don't doing a show for
Sound
me
like a claymore just
to call on and talk on politics?
I do a show.
What a doo-doo. You said doo-doo.
Yeah, we do a show.
Here, Purple.
He said doo-doo
wanna
again.
get that selfie with this?
What?
The what?
Where do I watch on the channel? And
selfie,
when can I call in?
You go to the web page and it'll let you know what page we're on.
We got one here.
Which web page?
On apartments. We could third
Google,
party actually.
Or start.
Play,
Startup pages. Started on.
Get that.
No, it's not
SUV. Head to the top of
Jamie
this mountain right here.
Chapman, FES.com.
Jamie Chapman, FES.
It's www. Jamie Chapman.
Okay, and I go there. When do you do a show on the politics?
Oh, every once in a while. We've been doing at least one a week.
You've been doing at least one. Who you playing on a video game with? Can I play on a video game on you?
Yeah, if you play, yeah.
JJ, you coming?
How do I get it on?
Where we going,
who is
Periscope?
that, Jamie?
Where we going?
How do I buy it?
We got people attacking apartments from Orange.
Move in position.
Wait, none you.
How do I buy the video game?
Oh, you just get the video game.
Where do I go to the store?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Go to the Call of Duty store. Okay.
No, just go to get a Call of Duty.
I tell him Jamie Chapman. I want to play on the Jamie Chapman.
Yeah, tell him you want to play on James Chapman.
There we go.
Okay. Hey,
make sure he didn't drop
is everything okay on your life?
Yeah. Truck. Yeah. Truck.
Okay, it seemed like you were before. It seemed like you're sad. And I'm one of them. Maybe
Out
a
here by
depressed and
himself?
maybe need a friend of Butch. Call.
Oh, I appreciate it, Butch.
Okay, but you doing okay?
Yeah, how about you? How about you? You doing all right?
I'm doing all right. You got a vaccine?
No.
No.
I got a vaccine.
Oh, good for you.
Well, I didn't mean to. They tricked me on to get it, man. To be honest, they tricked me on to get it.
They tricked you into getting
That
it.
was close.
Yeah, but it actually I don't feel
get
so
in?
bad. It turned
Oh.
out okay, to be honest, and
Try not to crush
just
you.
to
Don't
get back
me.
to normal. It's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
You can actually crush your own teammates now.
All right, talk to you on the show, Jamie. Please, if you can call on me when you do on the show.
There he is, up
All
in
right,
the tower.
Butch.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Little Man Big Gun. I am your host, Roddy Ledger, and I am joined by someone who is basically, honestly, sort of a hero to me, and it's kind of cool and kind of interesting to have him on, and I'm feeling really nervous about it. It's a man with, he might not be the biggest guy, but he has so much courage, and that's what we love and respect around here. It's Mark McCloskey. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
Now you, of course, you had the courage to pull your gun out when people were coming by your house, and that is something here on this show that we really admire, because I don't have the courage to do that. I have a gun, but people will walk by my house all the time, and I do not have the courage to pull out my gun and basically tell them, hey, stay away from here or else. And so I really do appreciate that.
Well, you gotta appreciate the background of this too. I mean, City of St.
Yeah, the
Louis.
background of it was your big mansion, and it was so cool. Did you see the big? And it was so cool to see these people who were sort of like, they were kind of probably not so rich, and they were just walking by. And then you had this really rich mansion, and you came out. But I want to talk about your gun. Your gun was so big. Now, do you feel like maybe it's a little bit of a thing when you're a smaller guy to have such a big gun that it makes you appear smaller? Or do you think that it makes you appear bigger because everyone says, uh-oh, look out for that gun?
It's a 22 rifle.
Yeah, it's pretty big, though. And your wife didn't have such a big gun. She had a small gun, I noticed. And is that because your wife is taller than you and a bigger person and has to be less scared, so has to have a smaller gun?
You know, I think your last two questions are monumental nonsense. Okay, I pulled an AR-15 out from behind the door because I was looking at hundreds of people that had attacked my neighborhood.
They attacked it?
I'm sorry.
They attacked your home. They attacked you?
They cracked down. They broke down the gate. They stormed in, screaming murder and rape and arson. You got a business. Your business is gone. I'm going to rape your wife. I'm going to kill your dog. I'm going to murder you. My wife, who had never shot a gun.
How come nobody else came out with their gun? How come it was only you?
From my house, my wife came out with a gun.
Yeah, but again, and I don't think hers was loaded, right? And also, she had a little one because she's quite a bit bigger and probably doesn't need such a big gun, as we discussed.
What the hell does that mean?
She's taller.
The size of the gun.
She's taller than you are. She's taller than you are, and so she doesn't have to.
She has been for the entire 37 years we were married. She had never touched a gun before in her life. She pulled a pistol out of the drawer to go try to save herself and our house from a mob, and she didn't think about what gun to pull out.
Did you ever consider just to stay inside your house like everybody else did, and then nothing happened to them?
What about the people who stayed inside their houses in downtown St. Louis when their businesses?
But I'm not talking about that, Mark. That's not the question I was asking. But you're ignoring the question I asked, Mark. The question I was asking was, why didn't you just stay inside your home like everybody else in your neighborhood and absolutely nothing happened to any of their homes? Did you ever consider that as an option?
May I answer? Okay. The answer is that you have to have this in context. In the city of St. Louis on June the 1st and June the 2nd, the same Antifa organization burned downtown St. Louis, shot 4 police officers.
Wait, they were actually there in the mob, the people who committed those acts?
I'm saying that it was a mob of hundreds.
I see. So it was just a mob, yeah. I get it.
May I finish the sentence?
No,
You're gonna ask me a question.
Be honest with you, the stuff you're saying is pretty boring. The stuff you're saying is pretty boring.
All right, well, goodbye.
Okay, see ya. Fine, if you don't want to do an interview.
Let's talk to Ryan. Hey, Ryan, welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
All right, well, good to hear, good to hear. I was telling the young man who answered your phone, I have a lot of military family, but watching now, it appears that on the bobbleheads on the shelf behind your left shoulder, behind the bobbleheads, I saw a white mouse peek out for half a second, and then it darted back.
You got the class. Let me tell you something. You got the class. We know exactly what you are.
Man, you got some class.
We're sitting here talking about folks that fought and died.
Drop him, please.
That fought and died for our country. And you come on here and make jokes. Freaking loser. You're a loser, you know that? And I'll tell you what, Mr. freaking comedian, call Jake back and give him your contact information, and I'll call you personally, you freaking loser. And I've never served in the military. You're not insulting my family or anything, but I'll meet you any place, anytime, and I will see if a size 11 can fit up your rear end. Not because you did that to my radio show, but because you chose to dishonor when we're sitting there talking about people on Memorial Day that gave for this country. You're a freaking loser, and I'll show you what. So call Jake back and give him your contact information, and let's get together, big shot. Let's get together. And let me show you somebody who's never fought in the military, who's never had a family. I don't have the resume that some of these other men and women do, but I still know a loser when I hear one, and I'm going to stick a size 11 right up your tail if I ever see you. Loser. Don't you ever call my show again. Call the People's Show again on any time. I don't want to sit here and debate you because you're a freaking loser. But how dare you when we're trying to have a conversation about the men and women that died for this country? You are a loser. Oh.
Piss me off.
Bobby, welcome to the show.
Oh, hey, is this me?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Doug. How are you doing?
Go ahead. What do you got for us this evening?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I was saying, I think the previous caller I saw a mouse run by too. I don't think they were joking.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I do think there's a mouse
Jake,
in your
drop the idiot, please. Holy shit. Jake, did you get their number for me?
I'm going to take care of this.
And it looks like we have another panelist.
Woo, yay.
So, if I thought my country was being stolen from me, how would peacefully protesting solve that issue?
Make a comment about Martin Luther King and his peaceful protest and what it did. And he goes, he was a democratic socialist. Like, that's going to piss me off.
Oh, that'll piss me off. DSA, hey guys, how are you? Pete here. How are you? Thanks for having me on the call.
Hey, glad to have you.
You look like Borat, man. I'm going to tell you.
Excuse me?
You look a little like Borat right there.
Because of the mustache?
Yes, that's exactly. I was like,
well, mustache is sort of an old fashion.
Like,
it's sort of the way that people used to wear their facial hair a lot traditionally in this country, and a lot of patriots. You look at people Civil War era and stuff. Definitely had mustaches, and nowadays not so much. You know, nowadays you wear a mustache and you come on something like this, and people say, "Oh, you look like Borat," and it's like a joke or something like that. But back in the day,
I don't mean any. I mean no disrespect whatsoever.
Absolutely, I appreciate what you guys. I just heard DSA, sorry, and my blood started boiling when I heard Democratic Socialists of America. I like to call them. Can I swear on this?
Try to keep it as clean as possible. I actually do have an FCC license, so I have to be careful.
Yes,
but
of course. And then and I appreciate what you guys are doing. By the way, I'm in I live in Washington D.C. Do you guys live in Washington D.C.?
No.
How come?
Well, it's not big enough to hold America, and the politics would just drive me nuts.
But it's the nation's capital.
Yeah.
So it's where the decisions get made in the country. So I personally moved there. I made the decision. I think it's probably a good idea to move there because that's the nation's capital. And so as sort of, as a patriot, it's probably best to live there.
Go for it, but it won't hold all of us.
That's true. That's a good point. So what are you guys doing to further the America First agenda? I see you're doing your live stream. You've got that going on. What do you do day to day to, do you buy local? Do you buy, as far as the clothing that you're wearing, is that manufactured in America?
We have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea. And so
I honestly,
but that's interesting to me because it's like there's very simple things we can do to support people domestically, and you guys aren't doing that.
Everything I have is American, and all the design work that I have for my companies and everything.
Yeah.
Here, United States based.
All the clothing you're wearing is American made. You're sure of that? Every piece of clothing you're wearing is American made. You're sure of that? Let's see. I would love to see the tag on it to get verification on that.
They're not having a tag because my wife made it.
Oh, your wife made it. Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's cool. And your wife's American?
Yeah.
We live in South Dakota.
That's great. What about the more perfect union? This guy, he's not even willing to put himself on screen. I bet you he's probably wearing some sort of.
Oh, time out, Pete.
Time out.
So there's a way to get your point across. Your point.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it. This is. You may have your way. I'm getting my point across right now. Your way of getting your point across is to hide behind your keyboard and not even show yourself on screen because you're probably wearing some sort of communist shirt. That's the truth.
Okay, so
Really?
Patriot, you have a message for us. I'm
Yes.
sure you do.
Yes.
Let's tell us your message.
This is a big one. If you don't live in America, how are you going to call yourself a patriot? If you don't live in the United States of Washington, D.C., as well, the capital, how are you going to call yourself a patriot? I want people out there fighting. You ever consider going to a school and yelling?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Did you ever consider going to a school and yelling about freedom?
I think everyone has considered that. I mean,
Yeah.
there is frustration.
Oh, hold on. I have a. You said.
Oh, the faceless guy wants to talk. Hang on, the faceless guy won't even show his face. Wants to talk.
let's-
Everybody, stop now.
Okay.
So you can't be a patriot unless you live in the nation's capital. What about the founders?
What about the founders?
How many of them lived in Washington,
the
D.C.?
nation's capital?
So you're going to go back historically to a time when Washington,
I'm just
D.C.
I'm illustrating the idiocy of your point.
I know a real estate agent who lives in Washington that can help you to find a home at a reasonable price. There's real estate there. If you don't want to be a patriot, don't be a patriot. That's it. It's
Okay,
like you get to make a decision.
Just
Patriot.
I did not bring you on the program to attack other people. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and have attacks being made because you had a message. I brought you on to talk about it, and I understand some people.
He might be Russian. He might be Russian. That's why he's not showing himself. He might be Russian, and behind him is Russian stuff, and that's why he doesn't want to show his cam.
Rabbit hole.
Show your cam. Show your cam if you're not in Russia. Show your cam if you're not in Russia.
Yeah, there's
Patriot.
there's a technical issue.
Yeah. Oh, technical issue. The technical.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah.
And so I would suggest to Patriot Pete that while he is, clearly very devoted, I would much welcome a return even of this gentleman. But if we can try to have a kinder approach. Hi, more perfect union.
Red
There you
flag
go.
laws in some of the states that have enacted them, and there have been more and more states that have enacted them under
Mike, this
is
George Takei.
Hey, George.
Well, I take highly offense at you, calling me a communist. Oh, you said red flag.
Well, somebody's been holding through.
I'm sorry, red flag.
Well, welcome to the Mike Brooks Show. Who's this?
Hey, Mike, I read somewhere that you're 6'8", but you got a micro penis.
Yeah, ask your old lady. They don't call me Big Mike because I'm tall, you fuck stick. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Motherfucker.
Come on down here and I'll show you my micro penis. How about that?
I'll bitch slap you with it, you fucking asshole.
Obviously not calling from work.
No, I guess not.
Do we know who that is? Do we care?
I think it's your buddy. Probably is. Yeah. No, I'm only 6'7", though, by the way. Yeah. Motherfucker.
A guy who's interested in somebody's penis size.
See?
Well, hello and welcome to the show. It is the Night Owl News. I am Dee Stevens along with Orlando, and we have a special guest tonight. Yes, Orlando, I will let you do the introduction today. Can I hear you, Orlando?
Oh, Daryl Kraft.
Yeah.
He is a comedian.
Sorry. No,
go ahead, man.
Sorry, I should have kept quiet till you introduced me. Sorry.
That's okay.
I just realized I wrote my name as Darley Kraft by accident.
Yeah, because I was sitting there going, that's a weird way to spell Daryl, but
no, it's a misspelling.
So, what brings you to our neck of the woods before we get started?
Well, I mean, I'm still in my own home. I'm never able to get any shows, and they'll give all kinds of excuses. Oh, you're not funny. You don't have the good material. You steal your material. A lot of times they'll do that. They'll accuse you of being a joke thief. It's a good way that they'll silence people in comedy nowadays. And you do voiceover work? I can hear it in your voice. You do.
Well, no, I don't do anything like that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yes, I love it. I do a little bit of voice. I do voiceover type stuff too. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Gonna burn them down the burn tree.
Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby.
No. He is a beloved conservative comedian though, Bill Cosby. So he just got out of prison. That's great to have one of our conservative guys back.
All right.
Yeah, he's also blind now, so that's sad. Yeah.
That is sad. That's the thing to really. Yeah, that's the biggest part is that he's blind. Who's your favorite stand-up comedians? I would love to know for both of you who you're watching nowadays, if anybody, or who historically are sort of your favorite kind of guys, or girls. Girls do stand-up as well, I've been told.
You're funny. He is a funny little guy.
That's a good question.
I'm not that little, by the way.
I'm
not that. I'm 5'6" and can definitely pass on 5'9" easy. So I'm not a little guy.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're you said 5'6".
I'm 5'6" in a particular type of shoe. I can be 5'6". Yeah.
Okay.
Some platforms.
Right.
Not platforms necessarily. Just a bigger soul.
I'd say Chappelle Show, but way back when he had his show.
Yeah. The show only ran for a couple of seasons. So are you referring to the guy himself as Chappelle Show?
Yeah, him.
Okay, yeah.
Chappelle Show, and he
was good on Chappelle Show. I agree. Skits. He was the best part of Chappelle Show. Chappelle Show was the best part of Chappelle Show, hands down. Can I do some of my stand-up comedy for you guys?
First, we have a little format that we do, and that is we start with prayer, and then we do scripture, and then let you do your thing. Is that all right?
That's
Okay.
perfect. Perfect for me. You lead.
All right, here we go. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for another day where we're able to go and have fellowship together. Also, Father, to be able to go and share the truth. I ask a special anointing on the word that you've chosen for me to go and read. And I ask that you just continue to have that hedge of protection over those that are sharing the truth and those that are sharing your word as well. And a special blessing for our guest tonight. And I ask this in your heavenly name. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen and amen. All right, so we are going to go, and as always, we'll start out with our scripture. And the scripture that we have tonight is 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 14. It says, "For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him."
There's a grammatical error in that.
Yeah, well, did I make a mistake, or are you saying
No. They in the Bible, I think they made a mistake when they wrote it. There's a grammatical error. Even so, them also. I mean,
Well,
it's a
this
little
is
bit
from
like
the
if
the King James version.
if King James turned this into the high school teacher, she would say a little bit clunky.
Oh, well, all right. We're not going to make fun of the God's word. I'm going to just set everything up for the news, but I'm going to give you the opportunity before we get into the news, and we'll close that out. And we are going to make you center stage. Hang on one second. I got to go on.
So I'll come on stage, and this is my closer. So I've already been yucking it up for a while, but also all of a sudden I'll sort of go like this. I'll sort of turn to the crowd like this. So I'll go like this. I did a poop in my diaper. Oh, Stinky Baby made a poop.
Stinky Baby made a poop in his little diaper. He did a little wet one in the diaper.
And that's a bit that obviously does well on its own, but this is a thing I've been working on lately. Is I've taken it to the next level, because one of my comedy mentors, she told me, why don't you actually wear a diaper on stage, Daryl? And why don't you actually defecate in the diaper, take the diaper off, show the people, and say, I did a little stinky poop in my diaper. And so that's what I did at my last gig. On last weekend, I did a gig, and it was a bar gig, and I went up on stage, and I did my bit, and I did my classic,
I did a poop. I did a little poop, a little stinker, and a little poop in my little diaper.
But then I actually, started actually defecated a lot into the diaper. Very big mess. I took it out and I said, you see what I did, mommy?
So, is I'm sorry to cut you off. Is this part of the act? I'm a little confused right here. Okay. Well, I don't know what to think about that there.
Yeah, we are going to have news, by the way, Crazy Chicken Lady. I'm reading the chat room.
They were saying that the biggest issue was the smell of it.
Again, it's about free speech.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's what I say. It's about free speech. And so when I bring my fake gun onto the stage and I say,
oh my God.
No. Had to let him go. The stinky story was okay. That was okay, even though it wasn't really funny. But that's my own personal opinion. But once you bring out a pew, that's too much. That's beyond free speech.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Thank you. Are we on a secure line? Are we talking on a secure line?
Well, we're talking through Blog Talk, through a podcast.
Okay, but is it like secure as far as security? Sorry. Hi, my name is Ken. I have been watching for a while, but this is my first time that I'm calling in. I hesitate to call in because I feel like there's sometimes an issue with security and cybersecurity and gathering our information. So if you guys tell me that this is secure, then I feel good about that.
Okay, well, I can honestly tell you that the NSA knows what color underwear you're wearing right now, so they have all they know everything about us. I just give
I
up.
promise you, I know that. I mean, they're watching everything. They're looking into everything, and I appreciate you speaking out and talking about some of this stuff that I think a lot of people won't talk about. What was it you were saying about the? Was it Bush impregnated his own daughters and then they got rid of the? What was that? I wasn't sure exactly what you were saying there, but I agree with.
Yeah, well, because they had to sacrifice them. That's how they do this whole witch. It's disgusting. These
Yeah, that's.
These
have you guys
rituals
seen
they
the
have.
thing about the sun? Have you guys seen the thing about the sun?
No.
The sun, like which part exactly? That's the question, right? Well, so the sun, I guess, it turns out that the sun, I guess, is actually, there's 6G type stuff that comes out from the sun, and it's actually, as far as how it, is getting our information and bringing it back to us and shooting it back.
Yeah, it makes a complete loop with our consciousness. Since it's not a loop with our consciousness. The sun does.
Exactly.
It's actually a
I saw
Stargate.
on your Facebook, you had a lot of them. You had a lot of the math equations on there, and that's good, man. I'm all about those math equations. 420, Hitler's birthday. Obviously, they use it as a marijuana thing, but what you have to keep in mind is 4 plus 2 is 6. And then 6 upside down is 9, and that's 69. So 420 and 69 are very much connected.
Oh yeah, and plus 420 was the first day that they ran that. It was day 1 of the Los Alamos flu simulation in 2009. That Dr. Alexander Jones.
2009. 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 is 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 times 4 is 6. 6 upside down is 9. 4 minus 2 divided by 2 is 420. 420 is 69. Right?
I don't know what to say. I mean, we can throw numbers around. I mean, just trying to follow this numerology. I mean, yeah, there's ways to do it, and that I think that there's other ways.
That's what I was trying to.
He just throws numbers.
That's not. Yeah, because numbers never lie. That's the one thing. It's
numbers never lie, and so 6 upside down is 9, and 4 plus 2 is 6, and 4 plus 2, 420 is 69.
4 plus 2 plus 20.
Are you guys not following me? I might be going a little too high level for you, to be honest, but I mean,
whoa, buddy, no.
You're sitting here calling and throwing.
No, hold on a second. No, we're gonna back this up a little bit. We're gonna back this up a little bit. Just that little jab right there, because no, you're not going faster than us. What we're trying to figure out is where you got 4 plus 2 plus 20 is 69.
420. You're not getting the 69 420 connection. You're not seeing the 69 420 connection. And it's like, if I'm talking to someone who doesn't see the 69 420 connection, how do I speak to them as if they're a serious person in the Q movement? That's all I'm saying.
Do you want to retort to anything on that, or do you want me to go to the next caller?
We'll just go to the next caller just for safety's sake.
All right, everyone. Today we are joined, always by my co-host, Brandon Freeman, but also very happy to be joined by the lovely Roger Stone. Roger, thank you so much for coming on.
Well, that would be the first time I've ever been here.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Hang on. My apology. Brandon.
Good to see you.
Sorry, bud. You talked right at the exact same time that Roger did there. So we gotta have I literally was talking to him. I literally said to him. So sorry about that, Roger. My apologies.
No problem. Let's just start from the top.
Okay.
So there's a delay.
You have a
on my-
delay. It's a Zoom thing. It seems like. Okay. I think it's a delay thing, but just Brandon, if I'm talking to Roger,
I think it's probably a Zoom thing.
no, that's what. Okay.
You said it's a Zoom thing, and he said, I think it's a Zoom thing.
I think there's a delay on it. What we'll do? Do you want to hop off the?
No, there's a delay on
Yeah.
my end. So
What
I'm
you want to
gonna
do
just-
is probably
I'll hop off the Zoom.
Hop off the Zoom. Yeah.
And then
Let's mute him on here because it's not doing any good. Okay. So Roger, I'll just interview you then. That's probably better, I guess.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I apologize, but
No, it's not your fault. It's definitely coming from Brandon. Can you still? Brandon, can you?
So I'll hop off then.
Okay. Can you still hear? Okay.
Okay.
He's hopping off. Okay. Don't hop
I'm gonna hop
off
off the Zoom. Okay. I'll stay on.
Okay, no. It's as far as, but there's a miscommunication. I think it's okay as long as you want to mute yourself.
I'll mute myself. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so he's muted himself now. That's a whole lot better.
No problem.
So Roger, a lot of stuff obviously going on in your life right now, but moving forward, as far as questions go as far as the 2024 election. How do you feel like the 2024 election is going to go as far as the nominee goes?
Well, first of all, in
All
politics,
right, so I'm muted on there. I'm gonna.
You're not muted on here,
the,
Brandon. You're not muted on here. Can
these headphones? Yeah, get me the other ones because I want to talk to Pete.
can a producer actually kind of help us out here, please, and get him to have mute him or get him off of the call or something? Because I don't think
I want to ask him about the. So we're on the line with Pete, and we're muted on Zoom. Okay.
No.
Pete, do you hear this?
I do hear it. Yes.
Can you ask Mr. Stone about the? We're going to be down in Florida, going to some swingers clubs.
I apologize, Mr. Stone. I apologize. That's not what we. He's gone.
How do I tell?
He's left. He's left the call. He's left the call.
If you would like, I'd go into the three different paragraphs describing those three.
You know what, Kenny?
Three different.
Call me back. I got some more calls. Call me back, and we'll finish that up in the second hour. How about that?
How about that?
Oh, that'll be great. Thank you.
Thanks, Kenny. Call your live on K-Talk.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to say I also love the Three Stooges.
Yeah, I got another problem with the Three Stooges.
I know, obviously, you got the haircut and everything, and I think it looks great.
Who is this?
Who is this? It's Mo Youngman calling in.
Who?
Mo Youngman.
Mo Youngman.
You might know my brother. My brother's Larry Elder and curly middle aged.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Well, you're trying to be funny, but it's kind of falling flat.
Swing and a miss, you think?
Well, it kind of falling flat like your hair. It lays flat on the.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
855-586-9134. I bet he's a prize to look at. What do you think? There were some couple of other people on the line, but they hung up. So you can call back. Call your live on K-Talk.
Would that be me?
Yeah.
It would be you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are y'all today?
Good.
Well, I wish I could say I'm doing well. I live now near Houston. I was walking around downtown today, and suddenly this guy jumped out from an alleyway, poked me in my eyes. He said, "Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk," and
Call your live on K-Talk.
Is this me?
Yeah, I guess. What do you got?
Oh, well, I just wanted to say, wise guy, eh?
So they've got a whole team of morons.
Where are you from, moron?
He's hung up. He hung up. 855-586-9134.
Boy, they are just. I don't know what's wrong with your hair. It looks like hair.
Well, these are left-wing dirtbags that are trying.
Just don't like our
they're trying
opinions, so they're
anything.
trying. Yeah, I
yeah,
get you.
So But that's what I mean. You know, I got a head of hair.
It doesn't look like Mo Career and the rest of them. No.
Collier live on K-Talks.
Your hair certainly looks great today.
Thank you.
Who? Oh, he's talking to me.
Talking to me?
Who is this?
Who is this?
Oh, it's Mo, young man. I talked to you before. I'm a big Three Stooges fan, and I'm appreciative of your Three Stooges haircut. I think it looks fantastic.
Do I look like a Three Stooges?
Yeah, Mo,
maybe.
you look like the
Maybe.
one. Mo, yeah, they
Yeah.
know it's true. They know it's true. Yuck, 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 yuck.
And do you have anything intelligent to say? Do you have anything intelligent to say?
Poor Mike. Poor Mike.
Oh man.
No, he doesn't. I don't think I look like.
No, you look like a old LA surfer guy. Old. Which is kind of what you are, right? Old.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. You don't look that old, actually. But
I'll take that over Three Stooges.
yeah,
but see what I have to put up with.
yeah, no respect in this town.
Yeah, that
Probably California.
I think that's somebody.
Yeah, I was wondering.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
somebody trying to get even for things.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, whatever keeps him from beating his wife.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and
getting drunk in public.
Yeah.
and having your neighbor beat your ass.
Moving on.
My name is Tommy Truth. Welcome to The Worst of Us. I'm joined today by a very special guest. He is a former professor at the University of Minnesota. He is noted as being a Holocaust denier. Also, he authored the book Sandy Hook Didn't Happen. It was a FEMA drill. He maintains that pretty much every large-scale shooting in the United States was a false flag, basically training. And essentially has dedicated his entire life to discounting the deaths of many and re-victimizing the families who have already struggled with these horrific situations. So I guess my first question for you, Jim, would be, fuck you, you irredeemably useless and evil piece of shit.
Well, that's pretty amusing, Tommy. Let me just
pretty
correct
amusing,
a couple of-
Jim. If I could
Let me
just
correct
say,
a couple
if I could
of
just
points
say,
you
if I could
made
just
that
say
weren't
to you that
quite
the people
accurate.
who are Sandy Hook deniers, people who, as I said, re-victimize the families of people who had their young children killed, to me are the lowest people in the world. I understand you were sued successfully by one of the parents of a person in Sandy Hook. That's under appeal now. The ruling was for $450,000. I really, truly hope that it bankrupts you, that your family has to deal with the financial burden that you've left with them, as well as the horrific shame that your name has brought to them for
Tommy.
years and years to come. That's the end of the interview. Why would you think anyone would ever want to interview you, you fucking loser? Why do you think anyone would really want to interview you? You're fucking, nobody cares about you.
Hello.
Hey, Mike, Jim Sack with News Corp. You be down for an interview, on-air interview next week at any time?
Who's this?
I'm here to help you get the best sleep of your lives.
Jim Sack with News Corp. We have a new program, a new interview program that's coming out, and we're interested in you potentially being the first guest.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think what News Corp is.
Well, we have a lot of shows, we're sort of the parent company. We have a lot of networks and shows, but the particular program we're interested in having you on is called the Tinfoil Hat Dipshit Hour.
Get yourself together and drive your fucking soul.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, so we wanted you to be the first guest. We think you'd be a wonderful first guest.
Oh, really? So you guys, I'm tracking your number, and we're going to get you arrested. You're something else.
Dispatch, I've arrived at that disturbance. Will you have LeBron call my cell phone right away, please? Thank you. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. No, can you put the knife down, please, sir? Sir, no, sir, don't stab it. No, stop stabbing. Stop. Oh, hold on. It's LeBron. LeBron, hey, yeah, it's me again. Sorry, guys, you're on your own. Good luck.
Does it feel like that sometimes? I'm here with Officer Steve. Want to talk about the situation?
Hey, and when I say that, we're not talking about from the Jersey Shore, the situation. That's a character from. Sometimes when you say that to people, you say we want to talk about the situation. They think, oh, are you a fan of the Jersey Shore, Snooki, and all that? Not the case. Thank you for having me on.
I don't watch that stuff.
No, I don't watch that bullshit either. And I appreciate you having me on. I'm just seeing that I've got my name. I got a N in there. It is just Steve. Excuse me. Yeah. Hey, what's happening? True Conservative Minutes. Who's that? True Conservative Minutes.
That's me.
Oh, that's you. Oh, you have an African American.
That's one of my channels.
You have an African American avatar there, so I was confused.
Yeah, I use a whole bunch of
different ones. That's actually smart to, can trick people or whatever.
Well,
but
it's easier for me to spot which one it is too.
Could you play that video that I sent to you
Sure.
of the motorcycle, the police officer on the motorcycle?
Oh, the motorcycle one. Okay.
Yeah, and just to show sort of what is being shared around online.
I'm gonna make it full screen.
Perfect.
Well,
perfect.
No, never mind. I won't.
Okay. So just watch this. Watch him. Here he goes on the motorcycle, and then look at that. There he goes. And then he falls down, and you hear them laughing in the background. You hear them laughing like it's funny, but that's not the big thing, because it's like, yeah, see, they love it, right? They think it's so funny that he stole the bike and then fell right afterwards. Oh, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, let's watch it in slow-mo. It's so funny. Let's watch it in slow-mo. Let's watch this pig, this is what they say online. Let's watch this pig just absolutely bail and just absolutely wreck his shit. Like, that's funny to them. And I think it's a big issue that we have. And wouldn't you agree, TCM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, this blame on my hair.
Oh,
yeah, I agree. The person swerving out didn't help him much.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. That and you wonder. Hang on, and
please don't cut me off.
Nope.
I'm serious. I'm law enforcement, and so when I'm talking, regardless of whose show it is, you need to be respectful of the fact that I'm law enforcement. So I'm saying the person who drove out and cut the cop off, you wonder, is that BLM? Is that Antifa? Is that somebody who's potentially doing it on purpose? Meanwhile, thousands, hundreds of police officers are dying every single year. I have my best friend, former partner, passed away. Officer Daniels was a close friend. He had a family. He was in a steroid-induced rage. He was chasing his wife around the kitchen with a steak knife, trying to kill her, and he slipped on some butter, and he hit his head, and he died.
That's unusual. I know that
he passed.
Officers.
He was too young. TCM, he's too young to go.
I agree.
Blue Lives Matter, you have that up behind you. Now, are you an officer? Are you?
No,
you're not.
I wish I brought my head in. I have a lot of police officer friends. I have a Syracuse hat.
So sorry, excuse me. Listen. And so, where'd you get that from? You have family that served?
No.
And but you want to represent yourself as being a police officer? So it's like, to me, that's what's known as
stolen valor, and I actually don't appreciate it.
Wow, that doesn't mean I can't support the cops.
Take the flag
down.
I've had it up there a long time.
I don't care how long it's been up.
Take it down. Take it down.
If I was able to arrest somebody over a stream, I would arrest you and place you in handcuffs right now. And I'd take you down to the station for questioning. And my questions for you would be, why are you trying to pretend to be police?
I never pretended to be a cop.
You're under arrest.
Okay. All right. I didn't know flying a Blue Lives Matter flag was something you can be arrested for.
You're under arrest.
So...
I'm a little piggy.
We are joined today by an activist, political candidate, and a free speech advocate. First and foremost, she has, at this point, her identity is being banned from things, and to reduce a person to that in today's day and age is truly a travesty. But she continues to fight, and we continue to fight. Thank you for joining me, Laura Loomer. How are you, Laura?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
So you obviously, sometimes your methods are called into question by your critics, and they'll sort of laughed off a little bit, like, protesting, chaining yourself to the Twitter headquarters, to get your account reinstated. Obviously, a lot of people said, oh, it's a publicity stunt. That's what it's meant to be, a publicity stunt on some level. But they said, it's a publicity stunt. But I think the thing is that type of stuff works. And I think because you had your account reinstated, it was banned again, but you had it reinstated after you had that protest, correct?
No, it was never reinstated. It was just permanently banned. It trended number 1 though. So even though I had handcuffed myself, but my account was permanently banned.
Wow, what am I thinking of? I know that you had something surrounding, but when because you sued. Was it the Council of American Islamic Relations? They were conspiring against you with Twitter to have you banned, and I know that you is that what I'm thinking of? You sued them. Was that
Well, I sued them, and then, of course, I sued Twitter, and then I also, in a separate lawsuit, I sued Facebook, Google, Twitter, and Apple.
That's fantastic. So you and did you win? And which one did you win the lawsuit?
No, what happened was it went to the Supreme Court, and ultimately the Supreme Court decided not to take the case, but Justice Thomas issued an opinion claiming that the arguments that were made in my lawsuit would eventually need to be addressed by the court because they're of growing importance in our country.
But only one judge, so didn't.
It was a concurring opinion, but look, you don't always win lawsuits. And
but against Rashid Tlaib, you sued Rashid Tlaib because when you were thrown out of the. Because you won that one. You don't always, but sometimes you do, right? I'm thinking of one. I know I read one. I know I read about one.
Unfortunately, that case as well, the judge said that we should try a different court. But it was caught on video. But we have a problem in this country.
That is that's crazy to me, and but I guess that's why it is important for you. Have your Congress run that's coming up in 2022. So that's important to get people like you into those positions so that we can try to stop some of this censorship.
Yeah, I ran in 2020.
Oh, you did? I thought you won.
Well, ultimately, what ended up happening is I beat Lois Frankel in person.
So you won. So you did win.
You're in in-person voting and early voting, but she got more mail-in ballots.
Oh, that's suspicious if you ask me. Well, I'm a stand-up comedian, as I mentioned, so I know all about censorship. And I was wondering if, this is something that I'm not able to do at the local comedy clubs or any of the comedy clubs in the nation. I was wondering if I could do a little bit of my act for you.
Go ahead.
Look at me. I'm a little bit of a baby. And I guess my little diaper is filled up. I guess I did a little poop. I guess I did a little poop in my diaper. Ooh, silly string. Ooh, I did a little poop. Oh, hang on a second. Look at me, I'm an Elvis. Oh, I did a little poop in my diaper. I did a little poopy in my diaper. This is what you're doing now. This is what you're doing now. I mean, why? What happened? How did you end up here? Comment?